If I have to nominate one video camera to do all my vlogging, to document all my travel and adventures, I would have to say this, the DJI Pocket 3. Hi, it's Cheng here from RED35 and welcome back to my channel. Today we're looking at this, the DJI Pocket 3. This is a long-term review after my extensive and intensive use in Japan. So I'm going to share all my thoughts about this particular unit here, all the negatives together with positives, hopefully to give you an idea why this can be the camera for you. So first, let's have a look at the build quality of the DJI Pocket 3. And I must admit that this feels like a premium product, just like any other DJI product, whether it's going to be drones or gimbals. They just feel fantastic, and this is no exception. Apart from the maybe perhaps a little bit of plasticky feel on the main body, but I would basically agree that you want to keep this unit as light as possible for the intended purposes. So this is absolutely fine by me. But having said that, it is very well put together. There's no squeaks or rattle anywhere. Yeah, it just cannot be fault. So as said, this is a premium product with premium build, but it is worthless if it doesn't perform. So let me get some of the negatives out of the way, then we can get on to the brilliance and the positives of the camera offer. So first of all, it's the sensor. And don't get me wrong, this is a brilliant sensor. And I have no idea what DJI has done to this, because the processing is great, the footage looks sharp and, just full of details, and even low light. Seriously, there has some voodoo magic going on here. This is actually very, very good. But what I'm concerned about is the actual aspect ratios of the sensor. It is restricted to 16:9, so even if you want to take a photo, it's basically 16:9. So you're not getting the usual 3:2 or even 4:3. So this could present a problem if you really want to use this for photo purposes, because you are not only restricted for the focal length, but also in terms of aspect ratio dims, you have to make sure that you are covering everything you need if you do want to eventually crop into 3:2 or 4:3. It does allow you to do digital crop for 1:1 for whatever Instagram post you may want to use it for, but other than that, 16:9 can be a little bit restrictive. And second, it has to be the facial tracking. And don't get me wrong, DJI has one of the most reliable and sophisticated facial tracking abilities software on the market. And the DJI Pocket 3 is no exception. It's really good, really reliable. But what I'm concerned about is the composition. Right, in arm length distance, if I'm vlogging, for instance, the composition is fine. It places my head right in the middle of the frame, which is absolutely cool. However, if I want to step away from the camera, let's say what I'm doing right now, about 1.5 to 2 meters away from the camera, that's when the problem starts. Right, if you do that, and that means that I will be, my head will still be in the center of the frame, and that means I have a lot of space on top. So I would like to see DJI to implement some sort of options or ability to allow me to recompose after I have initiated the facial tracking feature, and that will be really, really cool. So that really is, and that's how good the DJI Pocket 3 really is. It's just fantastic. So in terms of positive, where could I start? Well, first of all, probably most important is the image quality. I would say that this is by far one of the best video cameras out there for the size, for the compact form factor. It blows everything in its class out of the water. Full stop. You can't get any better when it comes to image quality, whether it's going to be stills and videos. And I have no idea what DJI has done to the processings or the codec. It just looks great, like even in low light, I haven't seen such a small camera with such a small sensor perform so well in such dim environment. I took it to Japan in Team Lab, which is literally pitch black, and things look great. I'm not saying it's noise-free, but for what it is, for what the purpose is for, it's just fantastic. So in terms of dynamic range, it is very respectable here. And don't forget that this is a 1-inch sensor camera, which is very tiny for what it is, but it's still way bigger than anything in its class. Like I said though, DJI has done some magic to the video processing here. It's very similar, perhaps like the what Apple does to the iPhone series. So all the video seems to have the ability to retain a lot of the highlight and shadow even in very high contrast situations. So I suspect that it has done some sort of hybrid processing there, perhaps even double framing it. So I think it's actually pretty cool what they've done, and for whatever the intended purposes, I think it works very well. I do see some color shifting, perhaps in the shadow area in very high contrast scenarios, but other than that, it's actually very, very good. So what about stabilization? Well, this is a 3-axis mechanical gimbal. So it's as good as what DJI can give you. So I think it is great, so long you operate it correctly. Well, just like any other gimbal that I've reviewed before, if you don't use it correctly, you're still gonna get a little bit of a weird movement out there, such as walking and this up and down wavy movement that you're going to get from the footage if you don't walk like a penguin, for instance, ninja walk or whatever you call it. So it's very important that you know that and understand that, otherwise you are still going to complain that, oh, well, it's still a little bit wobbly, right? It isn't. You know, the gimbal is doing its job. It's just that you're not operating correctly. The gimbal can only compensate so much horizontal and vertical movements out there, so you just have to be a little bit careful for that. But as far as a gimbal goes, I think this is probably one of the best. So in terms of ease of use and operation, I would say that the DJI Pocket 3 is the best. Not just about Pocket Series camera, I'm actually talking about everything that I have used and owned, including my own system cameras. Well, this is for vlogging, obviously, but it's just crazy how easy to use with the Pocket 3. I even gave it to my daughter in Japan. She was filming me around, she was filming other things, she was taking photos. It was so simple that she used it, she learned about all the features, how to change settings within seconds. Everything is touch-based, very intuitive. The menu system was very easy to follow. It's just fantastic. And if you do have the DJI wireless mic as well, I mean, I got one because of the creative package, you can even get great audio all synced up without having to plug in an external receiver, everything within seconds. And I just love that. You know, if I have to use my proper camera, for instance, I have to plug in the mic, turn on the receiver, and I have to, set up the actual focal length, everything. It's just faffing around. It takes I don't know, 3, 4, 5 minutes before I can even start shooting. So in Japan, all I need to do is just flip the screen, turn it on, and start filming in seconds. And that's really good, especially with family. They don't have the patience for me to set up the cameras. And this is something I could actually do while I was actually walking with them. This is just nuts. So in terms of convenience and operations, you can't fault the DJI Pocket 3. It is really as good as you can get. So that's it. That's my take on the DJI Pocket 3 camera. Well, this is probably the best video vlogging cameras on the market. I know there are some more dedicated ones, bigger cameras, bigger setup, but forget about those. I mean, I have my own setup as well. I have the G9 Mark II, whatever, GX6, Over Mark II. I have all sorts of cameras that I can use. I even have full frame cameras. But I think when it comes to convenience, nothing can beat that. And for the quality that it gives me, I think it's very comparable for what I need to do for, let's say, for YouTube, for documenting, for vlogging, things like that. You don't need sophisticated equipment to do that. This is more than enough. In fact, it's great for it. And at time of purchasing the Pocket 3, I did consider the Insta360, like the new action camera that could do 4K and stabilize footage, and also allow me to plug in external mic, which is fantastic. I was thinking about along that line there, but when it comes to the cost and everything, I don't think it's that much far off from the DJI Pocket 3. So like for like, I would much prefer this because of the convenience factor that I mentioned already. If you get a creative package, it gives you literally everything to get you started for content creations. Wireless mic, get great audio, synced in directly, no messing around. It's very easy to set up, press on, and that's it really. And it gives you all the wide angle adapter, and it gives you a little pouch to store it in as well. So everything is included. So it just get you started straight away without having to thinking about other accessories that you may need. And that is something I would urge you to get if you do consider getting a Pocket 3. Just go straight to the creative package and forget about the rest. That's all I can say about the Pocket 3. It's phenomenal, it's really good, and I think no one can beat it unless DJI release a Pocket 4 very soon. Anyway, you know what to do now, and thumb if you like this video, and sub if you want to stay in touch with all kinds of things in photography and filmmaking. And I hope you like all the footage I have in Japan, and there are more contents to come, and so stay tuned for all those as well. So until next time, see you all very, very soon. Peace. Well, that's the escalator going up, you see? That's a look at here. Look at this. Is it a top? Is it very high, Esther? Holy crap. So windy here. Woo. Oh wow, this is awesome. Absolutely amazing here. This is just nuts. Worth every single penny. But you know, today isn't the best of weather because you know the rain clouds right over there, and this morning it was chucking down and it was like stormy. And but yeah, we're lucky we'll get up here actually dry. So I'm not complaining, but what I'm waiting now is hopefully get a little bit of a sunset, and then I want to see the city at night with all the lights on. That will be cool. This is what we're paying for. It's the sunset shot from Shibuya Sky Tower. Yeah, cool, isn't it? But not the best of weather, but at least we've got something.